That uncompromising, enterprising, anything but tranquilizing, right on sugar pants. Hope you're all having a gloriously grimy day because I've got a marvelous, malodorous mound of minced muck for your amusement. 2003's Hellbilly. 47 minutes of film mostly spent running around an overgrown field. Seriously, the best part of this movie is this cover art. Though the only part about it that I can say is misleading is the quality. This drawing is a billion times better than anything you're about to watch. So what can we expect from a movie that has a shorter runtime than your average baked potato recipe? Let's set the oven to 450 and see what's cooking. We have 8 dead bodies, 6 cups blood, 1 cup urine, 3 naked breasts, obvious Halloween store mask, obvious Halloween store props, gratuitous banjo pluckery, gratuitous fiddle fiddlin', gratuitous chessery, gratuitous ventriloquism, gratuitous disemboweling, tripping while running away cliché, music soothes the savage beast cliché, pre-credit movie recapery, machete to the ankle, machete to the shoulder, machete to the ribs, 2 machetes to the gut, 3 machetes to the skull, machete to the chessboard, 2x4 to the skull, machete to the dong nightmare, crowbar to the skull, chainsaw to the guts, plier grabbed tongue, plier removed tongue chunk, knife to the towel covered face, blind person cane beat down, machete masturbation compensation, chainsaw machete fight, unconscious face urine, self armpit sniffery, dummy rock paper scissory, unplugged chainsaw reverie, Bible bra stuffery, Bible panty stuffery, forced Bible ingestion, 1 healthy breakfast, desiccated corpse dance partner, and nunsploitation. Actually quite a bit to that list considering its short runtime, but there's also a lot of futzing about too, so let's get to it. We start with an opening credit sequence that's a POV of a moving car. And I hope you all took your Dramamine because the 3 minutes and 23 seconds of unstable camera work is gonna make you car sick. Holy shit, they got Spanky for this movie? Hot damn, I'm now fully invested! Once the credit drive is over, we fade to a Jeep who clearly drives past their marker for the camera setup. And the driver immediately gets all pushy with the girl to give him a little something something. She complains that someone might see, but eventually he wears her down enough for her to give him some begrudging booty. She takes off her top and the guy gets way more handsy than I think the scene required, and I'm pretty sure this is precisely the reason this movie exists. The dude finally gets her all hot just in time for the call of nature. And since he split from the group, time to die! A ridiculous rubber mask-wearing pair of overalls pops out of nowhere and jams a machete into this dude's side. He barely makes a sound as he gently lowers to the floor, dead. And I'm a little rusty on my Grey's Anatomy, but I'm pretty sure a stab wound to the belly ain't an instant kill situation. The cutie in the Jeep takes notice and runs towards the killer? So Blondie, you've just witnessed your boyfriend killed by a machete-wielding lunatic. What are you gonna do now? I'm gonna run at a gentle pace through the tall grass and take lots of breaks. She eventually finds a trailer. Okay, show of hands, who doesn't believe this trailer is where the killer lives? Really? That many? Sometimes I wonder about you folks. Anyway, she goes inside and finds basically nothing but bare-bones furniture. There's actually a phone, but it's mostly for show. She then finds a few spirit Halloween props in the sink and decides to run deeper into the house instead of immediately getting the fuck out of there. Surprise, surprise, the killer goes straight to her and we cut away to an external shot. She wakes up just in time to see Hellbilly doing some gentle butchering, and he attempts to pull her tongue out with some pliers until she passes out again. You know, his clothes are remarkably clean for a socially challenged mute engaged in regular wet work. She wakes up, again, Only all of a sudden she's not tied up. Hellbilly is asleep, so she walks away very slowly. Lady, all you've really suffered is a little bit of tongue damage. You should still be able to move at a brisk jog. Hellbilly wakes up and immediately takes off after her. Along the way, he finds two campers playing chess. For a little while, I wondered why they were doing this, and then it occurred to me. No one on set had a tent or anything else to denote camping, but someone had a chess set in their car, so movie on. Hellbilly lumbers up to the oblivious idiots and ruins the game. He then serves up a quick, bloody death to them both. Now, you would think this would have given Blondie plenty of time to get away, but she's still stumbling around and falls down into the dirt. Meanwhile, Hellbilly finds a blind girl who does the whole, "I'm blind, you're mute, let's be best friends" crap. But eventually he gets tired of her annoying, naggy voice and just beats her to death with her own cane. We cut back to Blondie, who wakes up thanks to the warm, gentle sensation of Hellbilly's piss. He smacks her with the machete and carries her back to the trailer. And now it's time to play my new favorite game, What Happens Next? So it's been about 20 minutes of actual movie. You've seen a lot, so now it's up to you to guess what happens next. Time's up. Let's see who is right. He's actually really good. I don't see his lips moving at all. Suddenly, we're riding in the car with some random guy while he listens to travel seminar music. Commerce, industry, tourism, nightlife. Wichita Falls has it all. Wichita Falls, a city on the move. He hears a sound from the back and eventually pulls over to check on his trunk. And for some fucking reason that is never explained or revisited, Hellbilly is in there and pops out for a surprise kill. But apparently this is where the budget ran out because they reused the machete kill from one of the campers from earlier, but they flash it a few times and think we wouldn't notice this guy is suddenly wearing a completely different shirt. And it's apparently time for breakfast with the great taste of Fruity Rounds. When your broke ass can't afford Fruit Loops or even fruit rings, settle for the bottom shelf Fruity Rounds.
They're food!
And what breakfast would be complete without an antique photo, rifle, and war medal? None of this is actual character development or anything, but someone in props definitely thought it was. And if you thought his first comedy album was great, you'll love his new material, Paper, Rock, Scissors with the Dummy. Seriously though, is this really so much worse than anything Jeff Dunham has unleashed upon the world?
Holy crap!
Suddenly, and without an ounce of prompting, a nun lacking the self-preservation awareness God gave a moist rock decides to go knocking to spread the gospel. Which isn't really something the Catholics are known to do. Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses, sure, but I'm guessing this is because the local costume rental is more likely to have a nun habit over a white-collared shirt and black tie.
I gotta cut your balls off now.
Huh?
Hellbilly grabs her and drags her inside. She's tied to the chair and stripped down to her conservative skivvies, and Hellbilly begins force-feeding her pages from her Bible. Then the pages get stuffed into her bra and panties. And, god damn it, the last thing I expected from this movie was a brand new fetish. Sexy, nun, eating, Bible. He ties her up, gags her, and tosses her into the bathtub, where he throws a towel over her head and stabs her in the face. He quickly heads off to bed and, plays with his machete for a bit before dozing off. After a little nappy nap, Hellbilly opens the front door and the nun bashes him with some lumber. Apparently, the power of Christ compelled that knife to the face. She climbs on top, chokes him with his machete, and then performs a Bobbit special. But it was all a dream. The nun remains dead in the bathtub, and Hellbilly runs outside to angrily grunt at an innocent goose. Back out on the prowl, Hellbilly finds a guy sawing lumber. I mean, did you really think this movie was going to go the whole runtime without getting a chainsaw into the mix?
Who the hell are you goddamn psycho?
Well said, good sir. And we get a nice little sword fight where the electric chainsaw's power cord falls out more than once. In an action sequence, you usually need Johnny Depp or Orlando Bloom to do any justice. Eventually, Hellbilly cuts the dude open with an unplugged chainsaw, and then spends an unusually long time pulling his guts out. And I never thought I'd ever find myself asking a movie to hurry the fuck up with the disemboweling because it's taking too damn long. And with a long day of hard work behind him, Hellbilly returns to his trailer to unwind by putting on his best bow tie and turning on some lovely music. He comes from the other room with his best girl, a desiccated skeleton, and we dance the night away while Hellbilly replays the best hits of the past 40 minutes. And we roll the credits. Wait. The nun's name was Spanky? I really thought it was going to end up being a dog or even the guy bumming smokes off of the campers. Not a third of the nudity and 75% of the sex appeal. So there you have it, Hellbilly. Honestly, this whole damn thing feels like a group of people wrapped up working on a haunted house and decided they wanted to create some lore around their most popular character. But you know what? There's a strange and stupid funness to this all. I found myself laughing at all the cringy moments, wondering what the hell I was even watching. Though out of everything this movie does poorly, I'm most blown away that they filmed the whole thing and never once told the killer to tuck his fucking cowl into his shirt collar. That alone would have fixed a lot of the issues with that goddamn mask, because I could never figure out if we were supposed to think of him as a masked killer, or if that was supposed to be his actual face in a movie with nothing for a budget. It's definitely not a movie I can recommend, but at the same time, I really hate that this isn't the worst movie I've done on the show. Honestly, I'm kind of glad I went ahead and watched this one. If nothing else, I appreciate the balls of this crew. At no point in the production could they have kicked back and thought, "We got ourselves a winner here, boys!" And they still finished doing it. So good for you, Hellbilly cast and crew. Maybe it's not a great film, but Hellbilly did end up entertaining me more in 45 minutes than 2022's Hellraiser managed to do in 2 hours.
You have chosen the mental configuration.
Hellbilly was written and directed by Massimiliano Cerci, whose most famous listing on IMDb is being the cousin of the guy who wrote and directed The Deer Hunter. So until I darken your doorstep for another dingy ditty, this is your dusty docent Sugar Pants. See you in your dreams. Suddenly, and without an ounce of prompting, a nun lacking the self-preservation awareness God gave a moist rock decides to go... That's really funny.